Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hey everyone, it's Jay Pylon. I'm back again, back at it again. December 20th, 2023. 5 days away until Christmas hits, and I'll be celebrating with the kids and the wife, and I'll have mom and dad. I don't know if mom's gonna pop up, but I'll have dad pop up and my brother pop up over here to celebrate. We've got the gifts all wrapped in the back, ready to go. Caden, I'm sending this out to you. No telling when it'll get to you. Salute to Pure Collector Caden. He did that awesome interview with Bob Botts, the 1962 baseball player. So salute to you. Appreciate what you did. I actually was showcasing it off over here. What the heck? Where's my video at? Oh, there I am. I wonder why it went away like that. Well, did it go away like that earlier? I don't know. What's up, Jimmy TheHotCorner in here? Matty Ice Cards in here. What's good, people? Let's go over here to this Bob Botts interview again, just so you guys can see it. So salute to Pure Collector. There he is, doing something absolutely incredible for the TTM community, doing an interview with somebody that you're sending out your through the mail autograph request to. So salute to Caden, Pure Collector. You're you're taking TTM to a whole nother level with that stuff. Very awesome stuff. And that's your card going out to you. And sorry about the back of it. Again, the printing kind of looks a little fuzzy. You need a microscope to see all the lettering everywhere. I don't know why it turned out like that exactly, but oh well. And then Nerd Pocket cards. There's your John Gordo cards I need to send out to you. So I will be sending those out today. No telling when those will arrive to you guys, but hopefully you guys get them sooner than later. There's my Art Swanson from 55, 56. And I gotta send this out. I've already sent out some Art Swanson stuff earlier, so those are out there ready to go. Stukes is in here. What's going on? That interview was great. Matty Ice, what's good? What's good? Just make sure everybody's got their wrench. Jimmy TheHotCorner, Merry Christmas to you, my brother. What's going on with you? Good to see you earlier in Canon Hotep stream. Gary Neubauer, I got these. I'm waiting on one more, a 71. No, not a 71, 72. Here's the 71. It's a pitcher. The Braves. There's a 70. Here's a 69. So I made him some customs. He really liked the customs. He said he would like to have some extra sent his way. So I'm going to send his extra customs his way. And along with these, and that'll wrap up my Gary Neubauer collection. So it'll be all. I love it when they really enjoy the customs. I love it when they enjoy the customs and they appreciate it and they want their own copies of the customs. That's really cool. It's a good moment to share with these players from the game. There's my 73 Pat Baroque card. If it's not Baroque, do not fix it. The Baroque card, I believe it is. 73, 75. Great signature on those. 74. And he played with the A's. An A's first baseman. As you see, it indicates that right there. And I got back this Expos Bombo Rivera. Look at that beautiful blue signature on there. I also wanted to share with you guys what all stuff that I had sent out. Where did my list go? I got ball cards sitting everywhere in stacks of them. My collection is really getting hammered. I'm really hammering home my collection right now. I'm really knocking it out TTM wise. I've got so much stuff being sent out. This is the list of stuff that I've sent out. That's how I keep track of it all. And I indicate whether I sent them with a Christmas card, I sent them to a P.O. box or what. I've got my Christmas cards on deck over here. This is for the... I'm sending these out to just practically everybody right this second, though. Because I got a bunch of Christmas cards. But this is also for the hard-to-get signers. So for the hard-to-get guys... Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, Ricky Henderson, on and on and on and on. I'm sending out those Christmas cards, and we'll see who all signs it and gets it back to me. Which, to tell you what, guys, I've had good success over the years with it. Hopefully that trend will continue. That'll be nice if it continues. So, hey, Jimmy Doss said, always good to hang. We're just getting ready for Christmas. Kids' last school day is today. Is it? My babies are already out in the house and acting crazy. Saw Nerd Pocket Cards at the local show on Saturday. That's what's up, Stooks. Got to see Nerd Pocket Cards in person. That's what's good. Matty Ice in the building. Appreciate you guys for being here. Let's take a look at some of the other stuff that I had over here. So Bombo Rivera, Expos player, outfielder. Hard to get signature usually. So for the TTMers out there, I don't know. No telling if you'll be able to catch him or not. And another one that's not necessarily hard, but sure takes a long time usually is Bob Humphreys. Just got him back. This completes my Bob Humphreys collection. Pitcher, I think he did some... I forget what he did. He had some kind of role play. I don't know if it was like managing or something. I don't know. Something along those lines. Bob Humphreys, pitcher. There he is. He signed it in blue on the one and Sharpie and a ballpoint pen on the other, which these came out beautiful. Love this 60s custom card, how it came out. There's all the background information on the back. And the price of printing these customs is going through the roof right now. Good night. I'm paying like, I used to pay like 10 cents or 15 cents a piece. They're all the way up to like 45 cents a piece now to make those. So they're super expensive, just going through Staples and stuff to get them done now. They're going to get to where it's going to become, it looks like, right? It looks like they're going to get to a point where it becomes too expensive for me to make even customs. So I'll have to figure out some method for doing it at the house if I want to continue making customs. There's the Jeff Reed. He is a bit eccentric. So I sent him a nice letter and told him he can keep his custom that I made for him, and he didn't even mention it. He just sent me back the customs that I made for him, which were really cool looking, and he refused to sign them, and he just signed 2 cards, which is good that he signed the 2 cards. But as I see other TTMers and his past experience with those guys as well, he's a bit of an eccentric card. You never know what he's gonna do. And it looks like what he's doing at this point right now is if you send him 4 cards, he's only signing 2. If you send him 5 cards, he's signing 3. You know, he's one of those characters that is eccentric. There's several of them out there, so no matter what you do, they're just going to do something eccentric. So this guy didn't say anything about the customs I was sending him to keep. Jeff Reed, really good catcher over the years. They took this crazy picture of him getting hurt, and I've got a refractor of him too that looks really great. I forgot where I put it. It's nearby me somewhere, and I'd like to get that refractor signed as well. I'm going to send that out to him eventually sometime. So going forward, I guess what I will do is send him just 2 cards or 2 other extras. Oh, here's one more other. So this is another eccentric character, Jake Gibbs. It's really hard to get his autograph too. It's not easy. I sent out to him, and he kept all the cards, all the vintage cards, and he signed. What did he sign? 1 card or something like that. So I tried it again, sending out just 2 cards only this time, both vintages, and he signed them both. A catcher, 2-sport athlete. Guy was a big deal back in the day, as you can see. A huge bonus to make all of these things happen with Jake Gibbs, because he was one of those multi-sport superstars back in his time period. A lot of hype behind him. Pete, I think, like when I covered Pete Richard, he was another one that was a huge hype back in those 60s. Then you had Jake Gibbs. A lot of 2-sport athletes came out of that. Were in that time period. Jake Gibbs became a catcher, did fairly well. He didn't do spectacular as they were thinking he would, but he was definitely a good player. Let's see what we got. Matty Ice said, I really like the Expos jerseys. The Nationals need to do some sort of throwback jersey incorporating some of the Expos stuff. Collector's Dream Orlando is in the building. What's good with it? Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown and Jay from Henry S. Jake looks like he's a singer in the goth band. Um, Je- Jeff Reed. Yeah. So he's an eccentric character. Jake Gibbs a little bit too, but he just wants. Think he just doesn't want you to send him too many, probably, or something like that. And he's pretty hard to get. Usually, sending him out to him can sometimes take 4 months or more. Same is true with Brant Elye. Elye, I believe his name is Brant Elye. Um, so as a completionist, it makes it harder for me because I'm not going to just get one card. Um, you see how I do my. I don't have to do this for everybody, but I'm not going extreme like I'm in with the Ron Gant stuff. But for my regular guys, my regular players, if they've got ball cards out there, I like to have the entire, their rookie card, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, all the way down the line. Usually just the tops, especially when we're dealing with guys from the 50s and 60s and 70s. So it'll be like, here's their rookie card, and then here, I'll throw out their. Where's an example of one of my nice little customs? So I'll throw out like this, for example. I'll put the custom in, and it'll be on the very last part of it that shows, when their rookie year was, a lot of stats about them, So that way, it's like it's my own thing of completionism for their card, their run through their card. Jack Savage, I'm sending this out. So from here on out, I wanted to just chop it up about or talk about, discuss Christmas stuff, as well as those customs that I was working on. Jack Savage has this card that it was this rookie card with him and Todd Simmons on it, and I'll try to recreate that a little bit in here as well with my own custom there of the two players. Todd Simmons and Jack Savage will be forever intertwined due to that Flair prospect card. Here's a Topps Desert Shield card. You guys know I'm putting together a miniature set of the Topps Desert Shield, which I've done fairly well with so far. There are plenty of Topps. There's a 792 cards out of this 91 series, I believe. So plenty of different TTMers out there to get these cards of. I don't have to go crazy and get the whole set, but I am doing a miniaturized version of it, partial. There's his 87 Jack Savage, and there's the custom. So those will be sent out with the Christmas cards. And I'm Christmas carding up all the hard to get signers, which I've already sent out to a lot of them. I've sent out to a lot of the hard to get guys so far. I was debating about Pete Alonso, but I don't know how to reach out to Pete Alonso. One of the things that I think that going forward for the TTM community might be something I might try or attempt to look into would be reaching out to the management groups behind some of these guys, and then giving the management team customs, and then going from there and seeing if maybe I could get Mike Trout or Ohtani or something like that, and see through the management, right? Letting them know, hey, I do these customs. I would like to get so-and-so's autograph. Here's some customs for you, for your management company that has your logo on it, etc. We'll see if that would float anyone's boat or not. Put some wind in some sails. We'll send it up the flagpole and see if anyone salutes. But there's my Christmas cards. I've got a bunch of those ready to be sent out. The list is right here of all those people, including the hard to get guys. So some really good stuff that I got back in the mail. I'm missing a bunch of stuff so far, but at least I got some. I know I saw the video where Alan Twitchell was saying that he hadn't gotten anything back lately, so I feel for you guys to go through those dry spells. I think all of us in the TTM community have been there, right? We sent out a bunch of stuff, and it'd been like a month or something before we got anything back. We said, what in the world is going on? But for those of us that are sending out like maybe 100 a week, that probably doesn't ever become a case. Brian's Basketball's in the building. Toot toot. Merry Christmas, Jay, in the chat. What's good with it? Orlando, what's good? Appreciate you guys for being here. Collector's Dream. I'm working on the 96 Bowman, and there's a lot of guys haven't signed or have no data in years, right? That's the tough part about some of those guys, especially that 96 Bowmans. Those can get rough to try to figure out how you're going to um, complete those sets. These guys out to the side. Uh, this will be my first time for Jim Campanis. I know a lot of you in the TTM community have already gotten his stuff. If you notice, a lot of my collection was focused on those 50s. So I'm way behind on my 60s stuff. So my 60s and 70s is really lacking compared to what most of you guys in the TTM community, even the the newer members of the hobby, have way better sets of 60s and 70s stuff than I do. Perhaps I don't know, I've got what 10,000 something cards that are signed somewhere around there. But I don't have a lot of the regulars. Like when Campbell passed, I didn't have his autograph. A lot of TTM legends, I didn't have theirs if they were from the 60s and 70s, because it's primarily focused on those 50s guys. And I just missed Al Kaline before he passed on, and I hated that happened. But I was really busy with work, and he had fees. And I was trying to think when can I get around to getting something out there to him, and then he passed on. I got to send out to Mike Tyson. Larry Miggins just passed away too. R.I.P. to Larry Miggins, one of the guys I sent to a number of times. I'm going to be sending out to John Blue Moon Odom. I've got these customs ready for Dick Thonin, but the back of them messed up. So let me see if I got that over here. Oh, look. Yeah, I do. So that's what they'll look like. Customs, actual, and the customs. So the backs of these are messed up, though, so I got to redo them, unfortunately, and get them back out, send them back out when I can. But his cards will look pretty cool, though. There he is. There he is. Tough when you have these guys that only played like one season and things like that, or only a few ball games, and they didn't take very many pictures or have very many things out there that you could use as source material for making your customs. I'm waiting on my... let me put this out the way. I'm waiting on this Al Worthington stuff. Al Red Worthington is one of the greatest TTM signers of all time. This guy is awesome, incredible for doing TTM through the mail autographing. And this is going to be a dual sig with Ray Corbin and Al Worthington. I'm waiting on a 67 Al Worthington. I hope it arrives today so I can send these out. Get my Joe Sambito ready. And take a look at the chats real quick. What's going on, guys? Very cool. Thank you. I missed Al K as well, said Henry S. I started TTMing. So I started TTMing as well in the late 80s, early 90s. That's when I started my TTMing. As a little baby J. That's when I was a little baby. I started it, and then I took a long hiatus from it. I think I stopped around 97 or something like that. 96 maybe. I just got busy with doing my school stuff and school activities and stuff. So I gave it a break, and then I didn't come back to it until 2018 or 2000. The end of 2018 is when I came back to TTMing. I'd been sat on it for so long, and I was wondering. I wonder if anyone still does this through the mail autograph stuff anymore. And to my surprise, I discovered the TTM community on YouTube and started following, all the big guys, Henry S. being one of them, Media Marauder, Math Bowler, a lot of the big name TTM guys out there, right? Card Cutter, so many other names. And started following them and watching their videos regularly. Michael Myers Cards, and also Mike O. I was watching Mike O a lot. So from seeing those guys, they were doing it, and my hobby being a little slightly different from everyone else's because I was so focused on 50s guys, right? And especially the Pirates team and the Pirates of 61, the Yankees of 62. So I was deeply involved in trying to get as much autographs out of those two areas as I could. And a lot of other collectors were not doing that at the time. So that's where all my concentration was for 2018 and 19. And then going forward, I've just been, as you see, I've moved on to trying to. My 50s guys are pretty much almost, they're done with on most of that. I'm going to go back through and try to get certain guys' rookie cards and maybe do pickups on eBay and put together, my folder, fix it up. And then my 50s folder will be done. My 60s folder is massive, so I'll be working on that. And then filling out some of the 70s and 80s stuff, which it's already getting there. It's getting there pretty well. A lot of the 70s stuff and 80s stuff is already getting knocked out. But I took a hiatus from TTMing when I was a little kid. Didn't come back until 2018. Stopped about 96 or 97 or so, somewhere in there. Probably 90, maybe even earlier than that. Might have been 95 when I took a break. So what up, little baby JJ? That's right, baby J. There was a lot of guys that played who never had a card. That's where that's why I gotta come along and find either one of those Larry Fritsch cards, or if I can't find a Larry Fritsch, I've just got to make a custom myself and try to see if I can figure out any kind of source material, going through eBay, looking for photos, looking for maybe team photos. Sometimes there's a team photo where you can grab a good shot. This is a really great Joe Sambito collection I'm going to be sending out. I hope you'll sign all these. I don't know if this is overkill or not, but I wanted to get his whole collections fixed up. 1980s player, Ted Power. He's got his own little bobblehead on there. I thought that was a really cool picture. His rookie card being that 82 Flair right there. So I'm going to be sending out to Ted Power. I wanted to talk for a second about this because I don't know if all you guys know about this or not. The White Sox tried out shorts back in 76. So back in 76, the White Sox temporarily tried out shorts. Those look like comfortable shorts. I would just worry about my knees getting all scraped up out there. The long socks right there make a lot of sense. Jack Brohammer is the only player in baseball history to hit a home run in shorts. So there's a good little factoid for you. If we were doing like the Guru, if we were doing Guru's trivia or Don Blomdale's trivia, seems like would be a really good question. Who was the only player in history to do that? I've got to bounce, Jay. Happy holidays. Appreciate you, Brian Basketball, for coming through. Good to see you. So Jack Brohammer, only player in baseball history to hit the homer in his shorts. They didn't keep the shorts thing going for very long. And as I understand it, they try to bring it back a few times. Here's all the Jack Brohammer stuff I'm going to be sending out. I know you guys have already sent out to Jack Brohammer a lot because I see you guys' videos. I have yet to ever send out to him, so this will be a first time Brohammer. Sometimes they try to bring back out the shorts, and the players destroyed the shorts or refused to wear them. I think that one team destroyed all the shorts, and another team just said that they would refuse to wear them. And then some of the other teams were trying to clown on them if they saw them in practice putting on the shorts. The other teams would try to call them names or call them out, tell them that they were a bunch of sissies for wearing those shorts. So they went back to the long pants. I don't know how you be a sissy wearing the shorts when you're going to scrape up your legs and your knees and stuff in them more so than the long pants, right? Wouldn't you? I don't know. We're not running around out there with dirty knees. Rick Russell's nickname back in the 70s was Big Daddy. The era of crazy nicknames was the 70s, right? One guy's name, I looked it up, was, what was his name? Coffee and Juice? One of these guys, and it wasn't a 70s guy, was it? It's one of these older timers. Old time players, I believe. Coffee and Juice was their name. Let me see. That's one of my guys in through here that I got. Was it Don Kessinger? Joe Moeller? Who was it? Maybe it was Joe Nosek. I think it was Joe Nosek, maybe. There's this Rick Russell I'm going to be sending out. Have his autograph on there. That looks pretty cool. That's a custom I did. Check out the Joe Nosek stuff. He doesn't have that many cards out there. I think he only played 2 seasons or whatever. Well, he has more cards than that. No, I'm mistaken about Joe Nosek. He has a couple more cards. I'm thinking of some other player. But I'm going to send out to him. Get that one signed up. Getting some Fred Stanleys. Stanley's got some good stuff out there. And got some cool looking. The pilots is always important to get. There's a lot of pilots collectors out there. You notice that in the card hoppy community, there's different people that randomly collect the pilots. I'm be sending out to actress Cynthia Gary. She was in Outer Limits. She was in Northern Exposure. She does some voices of cartoon characters. She played the young fiance, wife, girlfriend, or something of an older gentleman in that Northern Exposure show, which I vaguely remember, but not necessarily a lot. Don Kessinger, 6-time All-Star, one of the great players, and I've never sent a TTM to him, and he was one of the best players of the 60s era. A fantastic shortstop. Really cool looking picture there with him on the Cubbies. And you got him. I want to show you guys this now and then, because he was one of those dual sport athletes as well. Check out this custom I made. Then and now. See that? There is his Ole Miss basketball. Focus camera. There you go. 66 to 79 was his playing days. And I think the bat came out okay. So I'm excited to get his signature. Hopefully we'll be able to get all these signed. It's about 4 or 5 here. Don Kessinger, 6-time All-Star, one of the best players of the 60s era. They considered him for the Hall of Fame, but he only got like 3 or 4 votes only, unfortunately. So he didn't get moved on from there. And if you look at it right now, a lot of those guys from the 50s and 60s and 70s are a part of that forgotten era. Let me get you your wrench, your blue jacket. To Shally Mix Blogs, thank you so much for coming in. Maligayang Pasko Sanyang Lahat. I found some vintage Japanese cards. Henry S. said, Gene Bake played Japan, died in 2019. That's hard to get those guys. Oh, they did look like the 59s. You're right, Henry. I love Henry's knowledge of the TTM community. Henry's a legend of the TTM community, and one of the first people that I watched videos of back in the day when I was looking for card videos to watch. Henry S. was one of the first guys I was watching, along with Mike O and a couple others. And used to, what was the other guy? Dabo or whatever his name is? The one that did a lot of PSA cards. I used to watch those every day. The PSA video reveals. That was back when he was getting like the $5 a PSA card. So he would just send random junk in. Like, he would just grab 90 score and 90 flair and 89 Donruss and just start sending it in because he was sending in like 500 cards at a time. Man, it was Elite Co. It wasn't guys like Elite Co. and that messed up the PSA thing. It was really all that newer stuff that everyone was sending in, the modern stuff that was really jamming up the system, because people would rip open a pack of Prism and then send in every single card out of it, right? And that jammed up their backlog, and then they got stuck. Their prices went through the roof. Then all the competitors came along with their own stuff. And I have yet to send out to PSA or Beckett or any of that. I do have a lot of different PSA and Beckett cards, but those were all purchases or trades or something like that. Vast majority of them being purchases, and I just watched for deals, and I picked them up when I could. Like, a lot of it was stuff that I've spent like $5 and $10 on, believe it or not. Even for my Tiffany's. I got a Bo Jackson Tiffany, and I spent $5 for it, and it's in a Beckett. I think some of you may have seen that before when I've pulled that out. But the reason being is because I went on eBay when people weren't necessarily looking for a lot of different stuff. And when they weren't looking for it, I thought this would be a good idea to get some of these graded cards when no one was in the market for it. Right time. I think a lot of it came from about 2018 or 2019 and earlier. And that's prior to people going crazy for the graded stuff. And earlier, right. Yeah, about 20... Much earlier than that, if you went back to like 2012, you could have picked up all kind of crazy vintage stuff in those slabs for like $10 a piece back in the day. Because slab collecting wasn't a big deal until more recently. A lot of people didn't want anything to do with the slabs at first. Not at very, I mean, you guys get what my drift is, right? This is based on the short print. It doesn't have this picture, but I put the logo and the coloring of the Dodgers logo and the coloring of the Joe Moeller picture up there. Has that's based on the short print that came out. That's like a $200 card. So I just decided to use that font and that coloring, because the actual font, I think the Dodgers is more like a whitish yellow, and this is more like a pink or something like that, rather than this strange color it is. Joe Moeller. Oh, look at this, will be fun. I gotta get these Ken Willard cards autographed. That's a 68, isn't it? Appreciate you guys. Henry S, what's up? I think it's just me and Henry S in here at this point. I think. What's up, babies? What is it? It's on the table. So there's this one right here. So I gotta go fix up his cereal anyway. The kids, the babies, I don't know what's in the air or whatever. They're just so fussy. Like, it's way different from what I was used to in the 80s, where we were all pretty much relaxed about whatever. But the kids and it's not that they're spoiled, it's just that there's like there's a tendency of the babies and the kids to just be so hyperactive and demanding about every little thing. Like, if something seems out of place, then they have a huge issue over it, even if it's just a small thing. Whereas the kids like from the 80s and 70s and before that, you brushed dirt off your food sometimes if you had to. It was no biggie, right? But the kids these days, I don't know, it's just something the elite may have done something to our food supply. Was it do the whole spiel? They're trying to take over our food supply. William Andrews. I'm going to send them both of these right here. Here comes to my babies demanding that their cereal be micromanaged. What is wrong with your cereal anyway? Lots of milk. It doesn't have a lot of milk? It doesn't have a lot of milk. Okay. So I got to go pour lots of milk all over his cereal, even though it has plenty of milk. So I'll get with you in just a second. I'm just going to wrap up this little part about William Andrews. So I'm sending him dual copies and one card to sign, so that way he can have some customs. And then we got this Tom Lawless that's got to get signed. So I'm going to be sending this out. This looks really cool. Boy, my 80s collection is coming a long way. This is my 70s. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm thinking about doing my best of 2023. Maybe I'll try to do that tonight. I'm going to cover tonight. I'm planning on covering my stamp collection and my best cards of 2023. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to do a movie review, maybe with Cannon. Maybe if he's not interested, I'll just do one myself. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to check in with him and see what he says. Bert Campaneris. And I'll figure out what were my best TTM returns of 2023. Have you guys seen anybody else's best returns of 2023 out there? Let me know in the comments so I can go check out their video. Salute to Nerd Pocket Cards as well as Caden. You guys are awesome. You're doing fantastic things for the community. I don't know if you guys will ever take a hiatus and then come back to it. or keep up the same energy that you've been producing all this great material or not. It's up to you guys. It's no biggie. But I just wanted to commend you guys for the great things that you're bringing to the community, like sending out the cards to the person, right? And then interviewing them and taking, that's really cool. That's a cool idea. It takes our TTM hobby to another level. Nerd Pocket Cards, your Gordon card is getting out to you today. And Caden, Pure Collector, your Brett Bateman card is getting out to you today. Though this guy's had his crazy high school and collegiate awards stats is through the roof. He's got an award for everything under the sun, like every 5 seconds. So you see, he's really been nailing it. So that's a pretty cool idea to get his card signed. Henry S., I appreciate you for being in here with me. I think you stayed in here with me the whole time, possibly. You send something out to Henry. Reward him for his valiant efforts. And I award all of you guys with thumbs up. I appreciate you all for coming through. Let me know in the comments if you got anything you want me to discuss or shout your channel out. As always, be safe out there. Take care. God bless. I will see you around.